Okay, hello. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Aphrodite. This is Aphrodite's house and tarot. Aphrodite's house of tarot. You know, whatever. We're still figuring out the name. But if you're new here, the most important thing to note is that my name is Aphrodite. I am here to help you gain esoteric knowledge. I'm here to help you heal. I am here to help myself heal. I have a lot going on here. There's a lot that I'm changing. There's a lot that I'm working on. These coasters are going to be available on my Etsy shop. I have a bunch of them. I have like one for Venus. So I use these during rituals and I use these when I do readings. So if I'm doing a reading on love, obviously I would just use this. I would light whatever candle I'm using for love. Just to kind of get the energy and the essence and connect to obviously Venus. And you can see my Aphrodite oil back here, which I also like to use. It's just so pretty. I mean, I don't know how well you can see the glitter and everything else. I don't know if it'll focus. Anyways, it's really pretty. It's got like fresh roses and glitter, and I love it. I love it so much. Anyways, that's not what we're here for. Though might be your indicator to focus a bit more on self-love. Today's reading is going to be more about what the collective needs to know energetic-wise through this Mercury retrograde. We're also going through the Venus retrograde. Just a lot of retrograde-y stuff. I have a coaster for Neptune, which I like to use when I have water sitting on that, of course. I like to use my Neptune coaster when I connect to the spirit world, when I connect to source, just because that's what Neptune is all about. I'm a Pisces, so you know. Neptunian energy, very spiritual, very up in the clouds. So today I'm going to be using my Housewife's tarot deck, brand new. I just connected with her not too long ago. I love her. So just bear with me as we clear and cleanse the energy, do a good shuffle. And I rang the bell already for my guides to come through. We're just going to ring the bell once more. Okay. Please allow me to tell the collective what they need to know, not what they want to know, because as we've all heard here before, sometimes what you need to know is not what you want to know, and what you want to know, baby, is not what you need to know. So let's just dive deep. The first thing to note, the powers that be are changing everything. What was right, for some of you, what felt right will start to feel wrong, and what felt wrong will start to feel right. But that is only if you are operating from a lower frequency and a lower vibration, because you're easily manipulated at this time. This could mean like you felt so good about something, and now all of a sudden you want to randomly turn your back on it. You think it's not for you. You think it's heavily against you. Or you think that a spirit or entity or energy is working against you at this time heavily, trying to cause chaos in your life. Spirit's suggestion: meditate, stay grounded, hydrate. They're saying like 80 ounces and above of water a day. Okay. We've got the Five of Wands reversed. Spirit, are we taking reversals? Yes. Okay. What do they need to know getting through this retrograde season? Page of Swords reversed. No, the Devil in reverse. Spirit is reiterating. Remember not to go dipping your toes in where you've already been. Don't allow people or things that seem to have good intentions or have seemingly tried to come off as having good intentions in the past to come back into your life and into your favor, only to cause chaos. The Lovers in reverse and the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay. I love this deck if you've not seen the art. Look at this. Look at how gorgeous this is. That was my bad. Trying to show y'all the art. I flopped up and I dropped it. Anyways, this is the Lovers right side up. Look at how pretty that is. Anyways, you got it reversed. Okay. Yeah, don't go dipping your toes in where you've already been. Why? Because this is about closing out cycles. The Venus retrograde was supposed to help you set particular standards. And then the Mercury retrograde was supposed to come in to see if you're going to stick to those standards that you've created for yourself. If you've set these higher standards for yourself and you... Okay. The Wheel of Fortune fell over in reverse. Yeah, that's what I thought. The Wheel of Fortune came out. I was lightweight thinking the World card was going to come out. There's going to be tests. That's part of it. You can't allow yourself to be like, I got through most of the Venus retrograde unscathed. You know, my exes came back or whatever, or a few of them, and I did what I was supposed to do, or I broke up with this person, or I decided to commit to this person during these times, and then have these tests not pop back up. Because this is... retrogrades in general are meant to test us. I feel like a lot of unresolved emotions come back up, especially for me. But I also think that it's just a really vulnerable time. I think it's just a really vulnerable time for everyone. But the Venus retrograde specifically allowed us to clear everything that didn't need to be there, let the dust settle, and then set newer standards for ourselves, because Venus is not just about love. It's about setting those goals. It's about your finances. It's about getting your life in order. And if you're going to set these goals and then Mercury retrograde comes back around and you fall back into the same patterns, well, guess what? Now you have to deal with redoing that cycle. You're going to have to worry about having to redo that cycle because... yeah, the Queen of Cups in reverse. I promise you, this deck, there are upright cards. They're all just coming out in reverse. They're all just flying out in reverse. And a whole bunch of cards fell, but of that, the Queen of Pentacles came up upright, which is interesting because I was just talking about how it's all about getting your finances in order, and then you're gonna have these tests. I mean, what's the point? What's the point of asking spirit, source, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your deities, whoever you work with, the fae, whoever you work with, Eight of Wands, whoever you work with, to try and have them open these doors for you? What is the point? You thought you were just going to receive, you weren't going to be faced with tests. They want to know, are you going to fall back into these dirty little nasty patterns? A card flipped over. What is this? Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay. These cards, they have so much to say. I think it's the way I'm sitting. The new setup is kind of wonky, and my chair, Hermit upright. The chair that I love this card, by the way. The chair that I'm sitting in is like a three-legged chair. It's like we own these really I have these really old school like three-legged chairs in my apartment. This is why I love stuff like this. It's so old school that the chairs actually, when you push them in, they complete the table. They complete the circle of the table. So like super duper old school. That's not, I was getting off track, I apologize. Yeah. So you went through this period of sitting by yourself, probably meditating, figuring out what you needed to do, how you could get your money, your finances, your life in order, because you realized you're never going to truly be happy until you can be able to build some type of stability for yourself. So much stability to the point where if your friend needed help, if your family needed help, even if it was just some random person, maybe like on social media, who's like, I'm down on my luck, I don't really know what to do. Two of Cups in the middle of the deck. You know, I just need some help right now. You donate to their GoFundMe or something, their Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, whatever. Death card. You were really trying to figure out how you could be able to get to that situation, and it seems like you created some type of game plan, but you didn't necessarily follow it all of the way through. So the retrograde is coming in as like the test period. Okay, you've made the game plan, you followed through like 3/4 of the way. If we attempt to settle this and clear some of the dust, will you do what needs to be done? If we create a way, will you really do it? If you are saying you want more clients, will you push the content? Will you create? Will you be the artist? You know, what is the point if you're not gonna be the artist? Or you want true love. Don't think that because that ex comes back around, that they're the true love. Do you remember the addictions? Do you remember the late nights? Do you remember the crying? Do you remember the drinking, the smoking? How that's all it really was. Did you guys even really go on dates? Did they hold your hand? Did they make you feel special? Did they hold you when you cried? Did they, you know, reassure you that everything was going to be okay? Or did they come around for a good time? Because, honey, let me tell you right now, if you were sitting with someone and the energy was, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, ooh, they're coming back around for a good time, not a long time. And Spirit says, reassess. Do not dip your toes where you have already been. What's the point? Alright, make it plain for me, please, so that I can tell them what they need to know, not what they want to know. This Mercury retrograde. Anything else they need to know? What they need to know, not what they want to know, Spirit. Because as we know, sometimes what they need to know ain't what they want to know, and sometimes what they want to know ain't what they need to know. Spirit says this is for someone in particular. Stop calling them. Wait for them to call you. This came out sideways. Now, normally I don't take it sideways, but let's talk about it. In tarot, sometimes, depending on who the reader is, you can take a card sideways. I usually do not, but this indicates to me a maybe, and Spirit told me to read it this way. Do not call them. Do not call them. Wait for them to call you specifically. That's how that came out. And this crystal needs to be front and center for whatever reason. Make it plain for me, please. So Spirit is saying that someone in particular who will lay eyes on this video is contemplating whether or not they need to get help. I saw in my mind's eye big red letters, get help. Don't hesitate. Lean on the people who you know you can trust. This indicates to me that you feel like there's a couple of people around you who you cannot trust. Spirit says, go with the flow. Like when you get that kind of nervousy feeling, go with the flow and see what really comes through after the period of anxiety leaves your body, because that's the true answer. What you feel when you get overly anxious isn't the answer. And the reason why I was gonna pull this card, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the reason why I say it like that is because you're already anxious. You're already anxious. I just see you needing to have a period of stillness and silence and let the anxiety pass, and then listen to what your intuition tells you after that. So if it's still I'm not rocking with it, I'm not vibing with it, then that's what it is. King of Swords. Oh God, my throat just got super dry. Super dry. You keep that mouth shut. You don't say anything. I'm not telling you not to say anything. 10 of Cups upright. I'm not telling you not to say anything. I'm saying that you don't say anything. You in particular. You need to, though. Don't hesitate. Yeah, don't hesitate to get help. It's gonna, if you get the help you need, it's gonna turn out all right. Please don't hesitate to get the help you need. Okay, Spirit, you were having me relay a message to someone specifically, but you were giving me this message. So talk to me about this. Spirit said don't call them, wait for them to call you, because they have things that they themselves are trying to get in order. 10 of Cups upright. I mean, they view you as just excellence, but if you put out too much energy, the King of Cups and the Magician. Yeah, baby, ain't no magic gonna come from this. They see you as something and you see them as something completely different. Explain this to me, because I am confused. Spirit says some of you are allowing these men and or women to walk all over you, to use their emotional, it's weird. Spirit used the words emotional value to get one up over you. That's going to make sense to someone. Someone's talking about emotional value. You know how when we talk about spiritual men and women, we talk about spiritual value, how they hold value on a deeply spiritual and esoteric level. So the standard is a little different. It's almost like this, but on an emotional scale. It's almost like there's no emotional intelligence here, but they're so good at acting like something is there. King of Cups in reverse, but Queen of Cups upright on the bottom of the deck. It's just two completely different energies. Y'all are just clashing. What's this? Judgment and the Moon in reverse. Allowing things to just be as they are. Coming out of a period of refusing to see. This Mercury retrograde is going to force some of you to see people for how they are. Some of you, the moon, here's the thing about the moon, and I love the moon. As you know, I have a moon tattoo on my forehead. The moon can illuminate the illusions, but it can also be the source of the illusion, okay? When you think about things like lunar madness and just chaos, right? Too much of something can cause you to be a little delulu, you know what I'm saying? What is this? Where did this even come from? When did this fly out? Emperor in reverse. Yeah, this motherfucker ain't... excuse me. They're not anything. Whoever this person is that you were thinking about when the lovers flew out halfway, the maybe was about communication, okay? But this is Spirit's analysis of this person. There's no emotional... Explain it to me. Explain it to me, Spirit. It's almost... This person is not a sociopath or a psychopath, but this is how Spirit is explaining it to me, so I'm going to explain it to you this way. It's almost like if you were to watch them very closely, you would see them see someone else giving off this emotional intelligence while they're talking, and they would be able to embody that perfectly. Almost like acting. Just embody that perfectly. But they themselves don't have that within themselves. And it's almost like you see it, and the moon illuminates it, but it's only so much because they're such a good actor and you're a little delusional. But Judgment says when the time is right, you will be lifted up out of that. And it might be during this retrograde season. It is during this retrograde season when they come back out. 10 of Swords in reverse. Interesting. A lot of what we thought we wanted, we don't want anymore. But we will be tested. We will be tested to see if the things that we had set in motion earlier on in the game. 7 of Wands in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. Yeah. And wait, then what is this? This is the Knight of Cups. Oh, Lord. Shit. That motherfucker wasn't even a king. Look, I'm a little delusional because, look, remember how I said this motherfucker was an actor? Look, because the King of Cups, I thought this was the King of Cups for a second. I didn't read that right. And then the Queen of Cups was here. And didn't I say that? I said, y'all just ain't the same. And wouldn't you know it? Because a knight cannot compare. Not only did the Emperor come out in reverse, so did the King of Cups. Now, how you have the Emperor... How do you have the Emperor and the King of Cups in reverse? How do you try to fake embody both? Now, you done psyched me out a little here, so I'm a little concerned. They done psyched me out a little here, so I know they psyched you out. How are you trying to embody both? Both, and you fail. Look, let me be the divine messenger, all right? I'm shining the moon to you. Quit being delusional. This motherfucker ain't shit. You knew this motherfucker wasn't shit. They gonna come around. Do not text them. Do not call them. We're not doing it. Hell no. No. We're not doing sleepless nights. We're not doing, will they call me? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You need to embody that Empress energy, that motherly energy, that nurturing, growing energy. You need to be in the energy of doing what you said you were going to do when Venus retrograde started and birthed something into reality, a business, a partnership. It doesn't necessarily need to be romantic. It could be a business partnership. Get that Ace of Pentacles. What are you talking about? Let these offers come rolling in. Show people what you got and let it play out the way it's supposed to. Show the world what you've got and allow that to just do its thing. Allow that to just do its thing. Any more advice for this Mercury retrograde? Because I know it's a little crazy. Venus retrograde, and then we have that Pisces supermoon coming up. 2 of Cups in reverse. I was just looking at that, and I'm sure you saw me looking at that and shuffled and flowed again. Two of Cups in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse, the Sun. Okay. Rejection is divine protection, okay? That is the message I'm getting here. Rejection is divine protection. Spirit cock blocked someone from you, like really just cock blocked. Every shape, way, and form. The Star in reverse. Baby, you thought, oh, dream come true, huh? A wish come true. Divine rejection is protection. Look, Spirit has higher hopes for you. I'm gonna do it this way because this is crazy. Got the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Wands again. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm interested to see this. Spirit. Divine Source. If they take your advice and really stick to the plans that they had set for themselves during the start of Venus retrograde, remember it's not over yet, so we have time, but if they heed your warnings, take your advice, really work hard and stick to everything that they want to create, stick to everything that they need to create, you know, everything all in between, this, that, and the third. What will happen to them? What is the energy surrounding those who allowed the scales of justice to do their job and really put their foot down and decided, I'm going to heal, I'm going to grow, I'm going to create stability for myself, and I understand that it's nobody's job but my own. Those individuals who are not going to be tricked, bamboozled, or allowing anything else to stand in their motherfucking way. Show me the energy surrounding them. Going into this retrograde, coming out of it, really standing their ground. What can they expect energy-wise? Girls and boys, I see a lot of money. I see a lot of money. We got the Five of Cups in reverse. Ten of Wands upright. Seven of Wands upright. Ten of Pentacles. I bet it's a lot. It's a lot to have to get to the money. It's a lot of healing. It's a lot of diving deep. It's a lot of feeling like things are too much. It's a lot of feeling like, you know, you don't know when it's time to really let go of stuff. But when you really follow through, when you learn that it's really time to just heal. Yeah. They said take temperance upright. Balance. Balance and stability. It's a tough period. It's a transitional period. It's a yucky period. Let me be very clear about that. Healing lineage, family lineage, trauma, bloodline trauma, whether you're the spiritual individual in your household, whether you're just an individual who wants to know about these things. It's icky. I think people want healing to be this beautiful. Oh my God. No, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. During Venus retrograde, the start of it, I've had like 10 breakdowns, like 10 mental breakdowns. I'm not even kidding. And I have cried from the soul like I have never cried before. And sometimes you need that. But it's ugly. And it's so ugly because what happened to us was so ugly. And we held on to it for so long, and we're learning to let go. And a lot of these things were hindering us from being able to create these strong foundations that we need. How are we going to be able to do much of anything if we're not allowing ourselves to reconnect with ourselves? If we're not allowing ourselves to figure out what truly makes us happy as individuals and not someone else, it's not going to work. How do you want to make content being an Instagram baddie and you don't even feel comfortable being an Instagram baddie? Like, the minute you do the makeup and you take it all off, you feel much better when you take it all off. You hated taking the photos. You hated doing this, that, and the other thing. You hated the editing. For me, I love spiritual healing. I love tarot. I love, being able to tell people about this, that, and the other thing. I love having clients come over. I love creating art centered around spirituality, spiritual healing, taking back your power, things of that nature. Any sort of deep dive into esoteric knowledge, I love. Which is why I love making videos about it. I love the editing process as well, because it gives me a chance to make sure that the information that I'm telling you is correct, and that it truly comes from source itself, and that it's genuine. But if there's no passion in it, you're gonna be blocked at every single turn. You're gonna find that it's not doing as well as you would like it to. You're not being authentic. Why the fuck would source allow something to take off for you when you're not being fucking authentic? What is the point? I'm a crazy ass black hippie with the fucking moon tattoo on her forehead, and I curse like a sailor. Okay? I understand the power of the tongue and curse words and the etymology of words and understanding what they mean. Yeah, okay. I've done a whole deep dive into that myself, and I will talk about that more on Patreon. But that's me. I love wearing bright colors. like yellows. And then I love when people talk to me and they realize I'm not this happy-go-lucky, bubbly. I can be really dark. Um, Favorite color is black, though black is the uniform. Um, yeah. Be authentic. Just be authentic. Attract your tribe. Attract your tribe. The money will come. Sponsors, partnerships of all kinds. Source says rewards for just being who you are and sticking to the promises that you've made. A lot of this has to do with spiritual promises as well. How can soul contracts be done and over with if you keep allowing individuals back into your space, into your energy, into your auric fields? You know? We're not going to get into energy, reading energy and the science behind that, though I love that stuff so much. That's a topic for another day. I will say energy is very real. The way that it can be utilized, manipulated, and all of that is very real. Who you allow into your energy and how you allow them to affect you is very real. The way you look at yourself, the way you feel about yourself, all of that energy is around you consistently. And if you're not aligned with your most authentic self, what makes you happy, your soul, your spirit body, your light body, your higher self, and the vessel are not going to get along. You're all going to collide, and it's going to drain the fuck out of you. Part of you is going to be beating the shit out of you. And you're going to feel it. It's going to feel like your vessel is being ripped to shreds, and it is painful. But once you start, you're going to find that once you start living in your truth just a little more, the vessel becomes a bit more bearable to be in, right? Because now you're happy to be in the vessel. You're not trying to escape from the vessel like the vessel is some type of prison. I mean, who wants to be trapped in a space that's just so uncomfortable? Who or what, for that matter? Because some of these energetic beings out here will jump from body to body. Will jump from body to body if the body is not comfortable. That's a conversation for a whole nother day as well. Yeah. You just need to align better with yourself. You need to take better care of yourself. Not the world. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. You're going to be blocked at every turn. Cycles aren't going to be completed. Things are just going to be difficult. But look, you're being given a primal chance to change that yourself. To allow for things to take their natural course. And for you to just focus more on your healing. I mean, and that's what's really important right now. So what I can truly say in this moment is things are difficult. Things are so difficult, and that's okay. It's okay for things to be difficult. That's how we get through them. We allow them to go through that ugly, deranged, just I would rather be anywhere else than here type of ugly, crying on the floor in fetal position. And then we grow, and then we bloom. We emerge from the darkness, and we realize that there's so much more out there, and that it's just so much easier to be happy. It's just so much easier to be happy with ourselves. So if you haven't set higher standards for yourself, this is your call to do so. Don't go dipping your toes back where you've already been. You've had the experience. The cycle is over. The way to close it and lock it is to allow them to come back around, and for you to say no. You hear me? The cycle has ended, but the way for you to close it and lock it is to allow them to come back around, and you say no. You stick to the promises that you made, Source, and to the promises you made yourself. That's the most important relationship you're going to be focused on right now. The promises that you've made to source, to your ancestors, to your deities, and to yourself. You need to be holding yourself accountable, because if you don't, they will, and it will come in the form of blockages. Block after block after block after block. And I'm not kidding. These blocks are going to fade on into 2024. 2024. You're still going to be cock blocked from a lot of stuff. So that's what I've got for you. Energy was heavy. Heavy. Insightful. Truthful. Maybe a little hurtful, but truthful. We don't sugarcoat the truth over here. If I have to get smacked with the truth, so do you. But that's what I've got, and I hope I was helpful, and I hope to see you in another video. I mean, truly, I'm so happy when you guys come back. So please like this video. This is how I know that my message is getting across to you. This is how I know that just being my most authentic self, connected to source, and just really relaying the messages is helpful. Let me know. And if you're going through a healing journey yourself, then good luck, and you will emerge through the other side. I know it's a lot, but you will. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.